great if you could actually turn on your camera. But some people who are here for perhaps the first time, so you might not be a MAPS member yet, but we hope that today we'll be able to answer questions that you might have about the Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers. Okay, so what we're going to expect today, we're going to hear stories. We're also going to, understand a little bit more about our 8 professional competencies with our current president, Hakim. And we'll also have an open mic, like a FAQ session, so everybody can come and ask your questions, put it in a chat group, or, unmute your mic and just speak as well. And finally, we'll share a little bit for those who are new here about how you can join MAPS if you're interested in joining MAPS. All right, so what we're going to do is that we are going to watch our video about MAPS. Let's go.
Selamat datang and a very
Oops, can you hear it?
warm welcome to the Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers, MAPS. MAPS is the leading professional association for speakers in Malaysia, committed to developing the professional speaking business for its members, both locally and internationally. Our members are subject matter experts in their respective fields. They are either already in the business of speaking and training professionally, or amongst those who are interested and aspire to do so. We have a range of keynote speakers, consultants, trainers, adult educators, coaches, and similar other roles. MAPS was founded by Dato' Lawrence Chan, CSP, in 2001 with the support of National Speakers Association, NSA. In 2005, MAPS became a member of the International Federation for Professional Speakers, IFFPS, with the guidance and leadership of past president, the late PM Lau. In 2009, the name was officially changed from IFFPS to the Global Speakers Federation, GSF. MAPS is part of the Global Speakers Federation, GSF. GSF exists to provide support and resources to leaders of speaking associations around the world. GSF currently comprises 17 independent speaker associations, representing nations and individuals from over 20 countries. MAPS is a community of professional speakers, trainers, facilitators, who come together to learn and share their knowledge and experience of the speaking and training industry. Through this open sharing spirit and the affiliation with the Global Speakers Federation, the members strive to build a professional network that supports one another for a greater good of their business and career. It is MAP's intention that this synergy of experts will help raise the standard of the speaking and training industry and make the opportunity pie larger for everyone. Some of the events MAPS conducts are MAPS at Work, MAPS Together, book writing workshops, boot camps, MAPS Annual Convention. Why join MAPS? Enjoy privileges for MAPS development and professional speaking events. Associate and interact with the local and global professional speaking fraternity. Grow as a professional speaker and bring yourself to the next level. Recognized on MAPS website with profile listing as professional speaker. For more details, www.maps.org.my or email us exco@maps.org.my.
Okay, I hope that all of you managed to have a little bit of an introduction to what MAPS is all about. And so now we are actually going to hear from our current president, Hakim Harun, about introduction to our 8 professional competencies and for a welcome message. So over to you, Hakim.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this session. It's great to see a lot of you here. Yes, I can see. If you turn on your camera, then I will be able to see you here. Okay. So for those who are on camera, say hi. All right. Okay. So, 40 plus, we have half of registrants now. That's great. Okay. So, I love if you could all the way for today click on the camera so you are turned on so everyone can see you so we can mingle around even though we are connecting virtually via Zoom today. Okay. Welcome to the session. I believe some of you are the new member. You want to explore what are the benefits as a member. Most of you, what I can see from the list, are non-members. Okay, like why should I even be in maps, right? That's the biggest thing. What is in it for me? All right. I know. That's the biggest question that I have that I received. So that's why we are here today to help you out figuring whether being a MAPS member is for you or not. Okay, so let me start. In MAPS, the Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers, how we differs with every other associations, we are the place for those who are currently a professional speaker. You want to develop your career, you are new to speaking industry, or you are even an aspiring speakers. Okay, so some of you maybe are trainers, but bear in mind, being a trainer is different from being a speaker. Okay, same as how trainer are different from being a coach. So people will ask, why should I be a professional speaker? So what do I need to do? Right? So all these questions are why we are here today. Okay, so in MAPS, we develop 8 professional competencies. We help you build these 8 things. The first one is professional awareness, whereby we are going to help you understand how is the speaking industry, how are we connected to the Global Speakers Federation internationally, how are we associated with other professional speaking associations such as in Singapore, in Maldives, in India, so in German, right? So we have all over the place, okay, where we can connect with everyone. Second one is professional relationships. How do you develop relationships with other parties? How do you network? If in training, you have training providers. In speaking, we have Speakers Bureau. So how do you connect with Speakers Bureau? Okay, agent. How do we connect with other speakers, yeah? Professional serving speakers, the media. How do you connect with the media to get into TVs, radios? So all of that in competencies number 2. The third one is topic development. How do you build your speech? What topic should you use? How do you differentiate from other people? So how do you select your expertise in making it your topic? So that is in topic development. The fourth one is platform mechanics. How do you how do you prepare and set up the room, the stage, the equipment, everything. The fifth is how do you present and performing. And nowadays, I believe we are also into virtual speaking. So how do you transition from physically on stage to virtual stage? So that is number 5. Number 6, this is one of the most popular events in MAPS. It's actually a book writing workshop where we help speakers and aspiring speakers to develop a book, authorship, and product development. So how do you make the rollout decisions? The written publications, the writing techniques. How do you write your book? How do you publish it? How do you market it? So that is one of the things that we help speakers. 7, sales and marketing. So how do you do your sales and marketing? What are the collaterals that you need to have so that you can market to Speakers Bureau, to clients all over the world? And finally is managing the business, mastering the art of managing the business side of the speaking industry. Okay, so how do you use staff? How do you make a contract? Okay, how do you hire people? If it's for one event only, how do you get volunteers and helpers? Okay, so all these eight are how we help our members grow within the industry. Okay, if let's say you forget after this session you forget how Hakim, what is the 8 competencies again? Don't worry about it. All you need to do is head on to our website. It is there. Okay, so go to maps.org.my. At resources, click on members resources, the philosophies, and all our 8 professional competencies is there. Okay, so I will share the link later in the chat. So just in case you need to refer back, always go to our website. Okay, I hope this clears on how the 8 competencies help speakers and aspiring speakers to grow their career. Okay, back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Hakim, for explaining all of that. Okay, if you are interested to hear, and I personally love stories, so I want to hear like a real life example. So that's why we have invited Bhavani, who is also one of our past presidents, to share her personal story about how MAPS has actually benefited her. So over to you, Bhavani.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, Grace. I hope I'm audible. Everyone can hear me. So let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MAPS. If this is your first time, I hope tonight is going to be memorable. 10 minutes to share a 16-year journey. Let me try and do it in 10 minutes. It started in May 2009. I first attended my MAPS event. And unlike many people, I didn't start as a trainer or a speaker. I started as a program coordinator. I was working with a training provider and I was volunteering helping MAPS as an admin staff. So back then, I was chasing people for payments. Those who bought books and haven't made payments, I chased for their money. Make sure lunch or tea breaks are prepared on time. That's how I started in MAPS. And while I did all of that, I also had the privilege to listen to MAPS sessions. We have MAPS at work, we had conventions. So, in between the tea break and the registration, I have plenty of time. So I'll sneak in and sit and listen. And I think that's where it all started. I never had the idea, I didn't have the dream, I never thought or planned to be a speaker. But this is what happened to me in MAPS because the people in MAPS saw something in me, and I have to give credit to a lot of people in MAPS. The late Dato' Lawrence, Jonathan Lau, Raymond Poon, Jagadiswaran, Rajan Devadasan, Putri Juliani. These are folks in MAPS who keep telling me, you got to get out of the desk and start being on stage. And I say, no, not me. I'm not comfortable. I don't know how to do that. But people in MAPS never gave up on me. I don't know why. But every session that I attended in MAPS was a learning for me. So I'll try simple things out. So I attend a session on voice projection. I'll try it out. I attend a session on sales. I'll put that to work in the business that I was working with. So pretty much MAPS became my learning ground. It's home. It was also like a school for me because attending every event was a new information that I got. It was new knowledge. It was new learning. It's information that I didn't have before. And for me, attending MAPS events was also something that created a positive feeling for me. And I kind of look forward for attending MAPS events. So to cut a long story short, 16 years journey, 2016 was the year that I joined the MAPS Exco formally, and I think I was VP of Education. Johan, I think you need to correct me if I'm wrong. I was VP of Education in 2016, and somehow I ended up being MAPS President in 2018, And along the way, 2024, together with Johan, I got my CSP, something that I never thought I would, or something that was in my wish list. One day I want to get CSP. For those of you who do not know what CSP is, CSP is Certified Speaking Professional. And that was a 10, 11 years dream. One day, I too want to have a CSP. And 2024 was the year I got my CSP. And until today, I still come back to MAPS. I still attend events simply because I think I've not finished learning. There's still a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of new perspectives. So even if it's the same topic, same speaker, I still come back. Because I think with time, a lot of things also have changed. How we speak, even 7 years ago is different. Today with AI, how do we enhance our delivery using AI content, AI technology? So I don't think we can finish learning, and that's the reason that I keep coming back to MAPS. Now, I also need to share that things didn't magically happen. I'm just putting my years of experience in a very short frame here. Things didn't automatically happen. It happened because, one, I put in a lot of time in MAPS. Volunteering is a lot. The scope is so huge. But I think MAPS has given me back for all the investment of time that I've given MAPS in all the years. And I think the two things, if I can say, MAPS has given me is friendship. I've met so many people through MAPS events, our own industry, our learning and development landscape in Malaysia, and not to mention also all the other international friends that I have through MAPS. Just for information, I think it will come out somewhere later. We have 17 associations that is under Global Speakers Federation, and through all the networking events, attending their events, being friends with other speakers, that's a beautiful relationship I have with a lot of speakers. And I can just share something very simple. 2 weeks ago, I was in Maldives, and the welcome that I got in Maldives is just it's just beautiful. They arranged transport, they made sure we had nice food to eat, they welcomed us, and I think that's because the time spent we had with members of MAPSA, Maldives Professional Speakers Association. So having said that, I need to put a disclaimer. You can't just arrive and land in a country and say, hey, I've touched down, come and pick me up. It doesn't work that way. So while I say we give, what we take is also built upon trust, friendship over time. And I can say that friendship, I think Yabijan is here today. I'm not sure if there's anyone else out of Malaysia. These friendships, the conversations we have, understanding different culture, understanding how speaking is in different countries, understanding what people look for, these are things you can't Google and find. And it's because having friendships that helps us to find information. Even speaking in Maldives, I spoke to 4 people before going there just to make sure that I didn't say or do something that would offend the folks of Maldives. Having those conversations help, and having the friends who I can call up and ask, hey, can you spare some time chatting with me? That helps. So if you were to go to India, if you were to go to Germany, Australia, whichever country, New Zealand, reaching out to friends over there, that's one bonus. But also understanding how things work over there is different. We may think that speaking is universal, is global, it should be the same. Well, speaking is the same, but the people that we are speaking to is not the same. Geographics are different, culture sensitivities are different, do's and don'ts are different. Maldives is a Muslim country, and I thought it's the same as Malaysia. A lot of things are different between Malaysia and Maldives. And I think these are things that I picked up just having that friendship from people in MAPS. And I think I'm down to 2 minutes. So I think I'm going to stop here because later in the Q&A there are more things to be shared. But this is my journey from being an admin staff program coordinator to being a speaker today. That's what MAPS has helped me be or done for me. So back to you, Grace.
Thank you so much, Bhavani. I am personally so impacted by your story and inspired by it, because I always think that, wow, like for everybody who is feeling that they're at the bottom of the ladder looking up, like, oh, there is hope for all of us who are trying to be a professional speaker. So I think that's a beautiful story to share. Thank you so much for that. Well, I would love to invite another past president, Johan, who also is going to share his story. And he's got a different path altogether. So that's the beauty of the diversity and the people that we meet here at MAPS, right? So let's welcome Johan.
Wow, thank you, Grace. It was enlightening I think, to recap the journey of Bhavani, because I've been through. She was 16 years. I was about 12 years. I joined MAPS in 2014. I first joined MAPS event in 2013. So that makes 13 years joining MAPS, and we have seen the MAPS, the ups and down and up and up and up again. Now it's on the up side of under the leadership of President Hakim. So let me share with you my story. So I'm just going to tell a story and the lesson that I picked up along the way. I've never thought of sharing stories in MAPS, but today I think this is one of the opportunity of a lifetime. Thank you, Grace, for having me to present some of the lessons that I learned throughout my journey in MAPS. So I joined MAPS in 2014, but actually I met a guy in an event in Cyberjaya, which sit just 2 seats next to me. And after that event, I just shook hand with people next to me, and then that person gave me his name card. So his name card spelled out Jegadeswaran Manoharan, Director of Akodia, but underneath there, President-elect of Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers. So I forgot about the name, I forgot about the company Akodia and all. I just zoomed into Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers. I was curious, what is this? Because at that time, I just tendered my resignation. I wanted to be a trainer in Malaysian market, and that event, I was inspired by one of my mentor, Atta Karmazi, at that time. And as I asked Jega, so what does MAPS does actually? So Jega says that, we are a bunch of, we are a community of professional speakers. We share trade secrets. Wow, sharing trade secrets. Who would like to share trade secrets in today's world? Share trade secrets freely. So that really strikes me. But the second statement turned me off a bit. Because he said that, but we did not share business among members. And I was like, I thought that if I join MAPS, I can got free business, got free leads, and my business will be happily ever after. But it turns out that because of my eagerness of joining MAPS, so I made an appointment sitting with Jega. I remember in Jasco or in Aeon, Seri Kembangan or Equin. So we have a long conversation. I joined the next several events that MAPS have. And at the time, I submit my my application. But it took months for my applications to be processed. And finally, I became MAPS members. But one thing that happened to me, I don't know, lucky or unlucky, several people resigned from the Exco. And just so happened that I attended some of the events, on monthly events. And Jega was asking me, are you okay to become one of the Exco to replace those who resigned? And I just said yes, and I took the most toughest role in MAPS, which is toughest for me because I don't really manage my finances well. I became the treasurer. So that was my first time became treasurer, and that was the first time I learned about what is payment voucher, how to write checks and things like that. So that was my first few months journey in MAPS. So I've been serving in MAPS Exco since 2014 until, if I'm not mistaken, 2024 as a president-elect. But after that, I served in the Global Speakers Federation under the board representative. So I think most of my membership in MAPS is all about serving in different Exco in different portfolios. So I would say that serving is one of the best benefit that you can gain from MAPS because of it seems like a lot of hard work, but it comes together with a lot of benefits. Definitely not monetary benefits, but there's a lot of other benefits. So for example, like in 2016, so those days MAPS and APSS, we always have this relationship where of course, today, if you become a president, Hakim become the president, Hakim will be invited to go to other countries' association for free as agreement that we have with GSF. So at that time, the president, Anthony, could not make it. And the VP, the president-elect also, Johan Paul Gregory, also cannot make it. And then the VP Education also cannot make it. And then the VP of Membership also cannot make it. And I was the VP of ISA, International Social Affairs. So I was the fifth in the rank. And because of everyone could not make it, so I went there and I represent MAPS. So I speak a little bit about Malaysian markets and things like that. But one thing that I reflected when I went to Singapore, I see totally different world because I joined MAPS in 2014. I became the exco. I helped out in Malaysian's convention at the time, 2014, 2015, 2016. But when I went to Singapore, I saw a different world because of the way they conducted things are slightly different there because there's a lot of Mat Saleh or what they call Ang Moh over there. So Mat Saleh give you a little bit of global perspective. I have to speak proper English with them, not the Malaysian or Singaporean English. But one event that really strikes me, the first speaker was after my session was Frederick Herron. So I shared the stage with Frederick Herron at the time. So the next speaker after me was Frederick Herron. And Frederick Herron, for those of you who know Frederick Herron, so Frederick to me is one of my idol, one of my someone that I really wanted to really someone that I really admire. So when he spoke on stage, he said that he's just a two-person company, he and his wife, and he traveled all over the world, 56 speeches in a year or so, or about 60 or 70, I don't know, but about 20 to 30 different countries in a year, but 6 months, and then he took paternity leave at the time. So 6 months working, 6 months paternity leave, and he makes a very good living. 2% travel all over the world, and 6 months doing nothing. Wow, that was a dream life. That was, to me, wow, that is the professional speakers that I envisioned that I wanted to become one day. But come second day, Eric Feng. So Eric Feng is Singaporean, local Singaporean, but very, I think, good with stage presence. But his message was different. His message was you have to build a team, you have to build an enterprise because the team at that time was enterprise. You have to build team and then hire a CEO, run your company and all. So when I returned back to Malaysia, I was wondering which advice should I listen to. One person is like you build one or two-person company, you and your wife, and travel all over the world. And another one is build a team and then get your, it's very headache to run a company. So as I went back, I thought like since I was young and I speak on leadership. So when I speak on leadership, I thought I should take Eric's advice because at least if I have a team now. And when I turn 50 or 60, I don't have the energy to run a team, I can always convert to Frederick's model. If I am in Frederick's model now, when I turn 50 or 60, I wanted to have a team. It will be very tiring. So I made a decision to have a team. So one thing that I learned is in convention like this, you make big decision for your business because of the perspective that you have. So that's my experience back in 2016. But the real challenge really happens in 2020 when I became the president. The challenge was, of course, Bhavani have been a very good president during those days. So he kept everything in order. So when I took over, everything was, I can say, stable. But the thing is, my exco, most of them are more senior than me. So I just turned 40, 41 or so. But my excos, some of them are 60, 69, 50 plus. And I was like, only 2% is younger than me. Kish and also Silma. The rest are so much older than me. So how do you lead a team who are older than you. Okay, so I remember when I decided to become a speaker who speak on leadership. Someone told me many years ago. I think about 2014, 2015. He says that, Johan, I don't respect if you were to speak on leadership unless you have managed a non-profit organization. And then I asked why. He says that if you are running, if you are a CEO, these people are paid to listen to your instruction, to listen to your direction. But if you are in a non-profit organizations, they are not obligated, because of these are all volunteers. They are not obligated to listen to whatever you have to say. And I thought that that was really true. So when I lead MAPS, these people have no obligation to listen to me. But surprisingly, when we do things in order or we do things well, everything falls into place. And that was the best leadership lessons that I can gain. Of course, it's not easy, but I think that was the best experience. That was the best gift. So being in MAPS as well, especially during my presidency, we have a lot of dialogues, of course, with HRDC. There's a lot of things happening at that time. So, it's not difficult, it's not easy to have this dialogue with different association and all. But during this time also, we managed to voice out our opinion, our members' opinion, and then we managed to influence the policy. So for example, like from 5,000 to 6,000, these are all the policy happens because of the conversation, the dialogue that we have with HRDC at that time. And I remember I was featured in BFM, I was featured in The Edge. So these are all happens because of MAPS. So if I'm on my own, it's quite difficult for me to be featured on all this platform. But after I stepped down, I like Bhavani, I'm still active. I join events as much as possible. I try to join as many as possible. And I think friendship is one of the, I totally agree with Bhavani. We have a lot of friends locally, globally. You can hug someone who you don't know. Because you are MAPS. And they say, oh, you're from MAPS. Oh! Everybody hugs you because of you are MAPS. So this is something that you cannot get anywhere else. I work with a lot of organizations. I work with Japanese company. You go to Japan, they say, oh, you're from, I used to work with Pioneer. They will never say that, oh, you're from Pioneer, let's hug. No. But in MAPS, it's different. You hug strangers and you hug someone who you never know, and someone who you probably admire. So that's the beauty in MAPS. But after I stepped down, I know I don't have any executive power, but I think contributions continue when people still wanting to listen to you. People still asking for your advice. People still wanting to have coffee with you. So recently I met with a lady by the name of Vera. So Vera, I was having a coffee with her. Why? Because she's MAPS member. So we have a coffee sessions, and I have no idea what I did at that time. But she says that her book recently launched because of the conversation that we have during that coffee session. And when I have a copy of the book, and when I look at the book, I saw my name there. I'm grateful to Johan who planted the idea of writing a book over a simple coffee conversation. So these are the things that money cannot buy. And this is not the only book that I have my name on it on the acknowledgement page. I can name you about 5 or 6 or more. My name's printed on it because of someone appreciate which I honestly I have no idea what I did, but you make an impact on people's life, and that is the biggest benefit that I believe being MAPS members. And I hope Fatima also, my name is in her book as well. Thank you very much for the friendship. Thank you very much for the all the experience being in MAPS. And over to you, Grace.
Thank you so much for sharing amazing stories, Johan. I have to say that it's so true. Everybody in MAPS are so friendly. And I think that, for someone like myself, I've only been in MAPS for 1 year, and now I'm VP of membership. But I feel that officially, you know, the people in MAPS are they're such givers. They really don't hold back in terms of what they want to share with the people. They want you to grow. And I think the theme that I can see from Bhavani and Johan is that you have personally grown, you know, through the connections and through the relationships that you've built while you are here at MAPS. So I really love to hear about more stories like that. And I think that's when we have all more coffee chats with other people, we will be able to hear more stories. So, okay, we're going to go into the next section, which is mostly about answering the questions that, you know, all of you put out. You can still put out questions on our Padlet. I think Ty over here, who is also our past VP of membership, he's kind of kindly set up this Padlet for you to insert your questions or inside our chat here. So we are going to have a little panel session over, moderated by Ty. So over to you, Ty.
Hello, let me spotlight myself. And also, okay, I want to, because this is a panel session, yeah, I want to invite past President Johan and also past President Bhavani and President Hakim. See, wow, there's a lot of people in the room here. So there's a lot of questions received. If you have some other question, please type in the chat. Also send in the link as well. Yep. So the first question is about membership. I want to address this group similar question to Hakim, President Hakim.
Yeah.
What is the differences between different levels of membership, professional, ordinary, and associate?
Okay, so what's the difference between the membership? This one I would prefer Grace to talk about it. She will explain about the membership tiers, what's the difference later on. I don't want to sound, you know, repeating the same thing again. Okay, so that question will be answered later on by Grace, our VP of membership. Okay.
Okay, if they are an internal trainer, would they qualify as an ordinary or professional member?
Yes, they can. The thing is, they need to show a track record of they conducting the training or the speech in their company, because there are some people who are, you know, they are internal trainers, but they are not actively training. They are doing the back end work. So we want the people who practice doing it instead of the back end thing. So yes, they can.
Okay, great. During the submitting the membership application, there's a clause or requirements to say certain income level.
Yep.
Will the ESCO audit their income level?
Yes, we will. So you have to again provide us with the evidence of your speaking engagement from your clients, and yeah, from that we can qualify you as a member.
Okay, this is a question, very interesting question. What are the key benefits of becoming a member?
What are the key benefits of becoming a member? Wow. Oh, so fast, this question. Okay. Okay. I think I need to address this well. For the key benefits. One, MAPS are non-profit organization. Okay, so we are all volunteers. We do not get paid. We don't have salary. We don't get jobs from MAPS. So I think that's need to be clear early on. But then the benefits of becoming a member, go back to what is MAPS is all about. Our philosophy. We are individuals, speaker, trainer, coach that come together to share our knowledge and develop ourselves and the business. Okay. So whatever that we do in MAPS correlates with our competencies, as you can see from the 8 that I have shared. So one of the key benefits is actually networking with other professional speakers. You get insights from international speakers, and even CSP like Johan and Bhavani. You have direct resources with them. But if you don't join MAPS, they do not know you. You may not have that privilege. Okay. And from our events that we conducted, the learning events. I see a question in the chat before. Some of the programs are physically, and most of it in Lembah Kelang or Klang Valley. Then we also have a virtual program. Okay. FYI, just in case you don't know, I'm living in Terengganu. So for a president to come on MAPS event in KL, I can go also. You can also come. Okay. So yes, we have a physical program and virtual program. We have paid program, and we also have a free program monthly. Last year we overdid ourselves. We have like 2 events per month for last year. So there's a lot of events lah. You will not get the value if you do not come. That's the bottom line. You get friendships, you get knowledge, you get insights, and everything else that money cannot buy. That's the most important thing. What money cannot buy. So that is the value that you get when you become a member of MAPS. Yes, kudos to ET. Thank you. Tai, back to you.
Okay, good. One more question before I invite the next person to answer their question.
Yeah.
This is a bit long. What's the actual intention of MAPS, and which set of individuals with what sort of expectation would be good match? Roadmap for members journey, MAPS onboarding journey, if can be shared, would be great.
Okay. So we are a community of professional speakers, trainers, coach, facilitators that come together to learn and share our trade secret, just as Johan mentioned. So we are actually developing our peers. We want to level up the industry. Okay. So as a speakers, what we get from giving out the best, sharing with our peers, get help from them, get their insights, get their help, and how MAPS can really build up this is through the values that you receive, just as I mentioned. Okay. And the core here is to make use of every events. And our events varies, okay? So as what I've mentioned before. So all of these will help speakers. So from aspiring speakers. So MAPS is for whom? Not only for the professional speakers, okay, but also aspiring speakers. You are from trainers, you want to transition into a speaker. You want to know, how do I get started? I see one question in the chat just now. So they want to know, how do you get started as a speaker? What do I need to do? So everything is in our events. We help you develop from aspiring speaker to a speaker to a certified speaking professional, CSP, and ultimately is to be a global speaking fellow. So what is that? More of it later on. Back to you, Tai.
Okay, good. Take a break, Hakim. Later, I will come back to you the next round. So now I want to invite past President Johan. So this will be considering about business opportunity, leads, and global reach. The first question, will MAPS give me business?
Oh, so as I mentioned just now, Jega mentioned that, yeah, we share trade secret, but we don't give you business. But actually, that's not true. Because the first person that gave me business was Jega. So the first session that I remember we went to Pangko together with Jega. So the key is actually MAPS did not give you business, but members can give you business if they trust you and if they have something a requirement that you can fulfill. So the key is you have to build trust, and the key is you have to show up. The key is you have to show that you are capable and you are the best person to handle certain jobs.
How about passing the leads to our members? Will MAPS do that?
There is no obligations, but if I think just like any kind of friendship. So when we talk about in Malaysia especially, I think we are very much relationship based. So we like to pass jobs to those who we know. And in any I think sales is all about those who we know, who we like and we trust. then only we establish that relationship. So my recommendation is to build a relationship as much as possible, because of who knows, you might get business from MAPS members, but there is no obligation by the members from the members.
Great, thank you, Johan. Then does the association offer a public directory or platform where events planners or corporate clients could search for?
Yeah, we have directory. So I remember during my term as a president, we revamped the whole MAPS website. So we went through a lot of process, RFP. It took a few weeks to just to came up with this RFP. We sat down, I remember, with at that time with Captain Ariva and Fuan and Bhavani. And I think some others. So we sat down. We asked for. We want, the requirement is we have directory. So that is one of the requirement that we have. What we observe is not many people actually update their profile in directory. So if you are members, your ordinary and professional members, actually you are entitled to have that directory. So if you are associates, of course you don't have that privilege. But your ordinary and above, please update your directory.
Yep, good. So these two more questions about CSP, Certified Speaking Professional. How much is the application and the administration fee for CSP?
Oh, wow. Okay, currently, it used to be, if I were to talk about CSP, it would be very long, because there's a lot of things happening globally and things like that. So CSP originally offered by NSA and NSA in the USA. But then Australia also offering it not long after that, or just several years ago, Singapore also offer it. Now VSAI also offer it. So as what recognized by GSF is these are the 4 organizations that will offer CSP, and with all these 4 different associations, the fee are a little bit more different. And that is a different objective of their CSPs. So for example, like in the US, because everything is like times 4, right? So it is cheap for them, but if you convert from RM, it becomes slightly expensive. But in VSAI, for example, they wanted to make it inclusive. So there is a tiering, even in VSI, there is a tiering in terms of how much you need to earn based on the GDP and GNI, gross national income kind of ratio. So there's a lot of calculation over there. And we have a lot of ding dong during the board meeting last time. And this is what the 4 associations that have been recognized. So if you wanted to apply for your CSP, you can check out these 4 associations.
Yeah, I also remember there was an event, CSP talk. They invite CSP to share. So there's something MAPS provide.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, MAPS also probably will start to initiate our own CSP, right, Hakim?
Yes, we are on that way, because we are already 25 years old association. And I'm the 18th president, 18. So old. The association is so old. So yeah.
And we used to have this idea many years ago. I think about 10 years ago, we wanted to have MSP, Malaysian Speaking Professionals. Yeah, but unfortunately, that didn't took off because of course, change of presidency and some initiative get buried down. But guess what? This MSP framework was being used by HRD Corp to enhance their HRD Corp accredited. So some of the accreditation process that HRD Corp use, actually part of it is from MAPS ideas actually.
Okay, then how does this CSP designation recognize worldwide across international speaking bodies?
Yeah, CSP, just like any other titles, like ICF, I think Grace is ICF. So ICF also got PCC, MCC. So all these terms, terminology only understood by the people within the community actually. So if you ask someone who runs restaurant, they will never know what is ICF. They will never know what is PCC, MCC. But among the event planners, especially if they are very much well connected with associations under GSF, CSP is actually something that carries value, carries weight. And for me personally, in Malaysia, people don't really aware about CSP, but it is up to us to educate. So for example, now when I talk about CSP, I always mention that we are only 12 people in Malaysia that have this CSP certification, which is recognized under Global Speakers Federation. So that statement alone will give a lot of weight when you are pitching about your speaking gigs.
Okay, last part about CSP. Is there an annual recurring charges or multi-year renewal fee for CSP?
Again, it depends on different associations. So this is again the things that being debated within among other associations. So you have to check out at their website. So I know for a fact that in NSA you have to renew every 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's not annual. Every 3 years or 5 years until you reach 60. So for example, like the late Datuk Lawrence, I've never renewed because of he passed 60 after he passed 60. So it is not annual renewal. It is probably 5 years every renewal, but it depends on association by associations.
Okay, good. Thank you, Johan, for sharing your wisdom. And the next one, you take a break for a while. Then I want to invite Bhavani. So this will be centering around professional development, mentorship, and platform. The very first question is, how would MAPS help me to upskill my competency in both training and speaking?
First, blunt answer, attend events. Having said that, so just to put to context, there are similar competencies between speaking and training. And having said that, speaking is not training and training is not speaking. So that's where we have the differences of the competencies, like the stage presence. How we conduct ourselves in training is a little bit different when we are doing a keynote. You do not workshop or train on stage as a keynote speaker. So MAPS events are largely or mostly crafted based on the competencies. So that's why we keep emphasizing and keep repeating the events, because the events are either on sales, building authorship, product development. It could be stage presence, building relationships. So MAPS events are always crafted. Even the convention is crafted for that. We make sure the titles, the themes, the pillars are put to support people who come. So sometimes we get questions, oh, why wasn't I chosen as a speaker? Simply maybe because one of the reason is we do not want you to bring your corporate topic to MAPS. Not because we don't want to hear you, but MAPS members or people like us, we are attending MAPS events to better ourselves as speakers. So if I would like to hear on leadership, I'll attend a leadership conference. I would not expect to hear on leadership in MAPS conference unless it's specific to building a speaker. So when it comes back to speaker development in MAPS, the events is the one that would help you. Now, there's also another part to this. Attending the event doesn't make us a speaker, because we still need to take action. We can attend a LinkedIn class and learn how to position ourselves as a speaker. But if we do not overhaul our LinkedIn or even our website, then it's pointless. Attending the event just serves the purpose of learning, but it's not transformed because the action is not taken. So while you attend, we still need to take action. Just learning is not going to change things for us or our business. So putting the learning to action is what will help transform the business, the speaking career, if I can call that. I hope I answered you, Tai.
Yeah, that would be great. Just attend events. There's a bunch of events. Talking about events, some speakers, they are new, some they are experienced. How MAPS will help to or support them to grow to next level?
Wow. This is almost like going back to training need analysis. We all are in different places. I think this is on us individually to map ourselves and see where we are, what we need to do, what we are already doing well. The events will help us sort of do the check and balance. Oh, I attended this, now I know I'm lacking this, or I'm already doing this. I'm not saying MAPS can't do that, but as we have mentioned, MAPS is made out of volunteer speakers. We are doing events. MAPS bring in speakers, the specialists, to share, but we are not able to sit with everyone one-on-one and diagnose, if I can put it that way. But then the events that happen, let me take an example. There was one on that Raymond Poon did last year alongside with Wesley. I forgot what is it called, speaker development or something. So in Wesley's session, Hakim was there, I think Tai was there as well.
The
In Hakim,
Speakers Development Program.
yeah, speakers development program. So in Wesley's session, he taught us how to develop a keynote. So if you attended that, then you will know, oh, I've actually been doing it quite well, or I'm quite almost there on how I craft my keynote, or you will just realize, oh my God, I've been doing it wrong all the way. Then if you came to Raymond's session on a lot on sales and marketing, you are like, oh no, I haven't done this. Oh, I could have done that. Oh, I have this, I've not done this. Johan did one on Rockstar, and you're like, oh, I am at this level. I want to be here, but I am here. So attending the events will help you to do the check and balance. Where am I? What else am I doing right? What am I not doing right? What I should stop doing? These are things I think it's on us to do our own self TNA, if I can call it, and then see which MAPS events would support that growth. And sometimes MAPS can only do so much. These are also services then that other professionals offer, and we need to pay for it. I'll give a very simple example. I used to just have normal camera photos on my profile photo, but came a time that I know I have to change it to professional looking photos. This is not a promo, but this is the truth. Few years ago, I went to a studio and got photos shot, and it happens to belong to our very lovely VP right now, Grace. But sometimes you got to make that investment, you got to pay for services. If you want to learn how to speak, throw your voice and converse well, I'm still working on myself. That's where Kuti has her own services. So sometimes we will need to invest and go to professionals because we know there are certain lack that we have, or places that we need to strengthen. We just need to pay for the services. I had a lot of conversations with one of our member, PK, just to work on branding. I had a lot of conversations with another friend, Birunda, just to understand IP and how I can protect my work. So I think it's on us individually to do that.
Great, thank you, Bhavani. Talking about growing ourselves, mentorship is one of the ways. Does MAPS provide such mentorship initiative?
We did have a session on mentorship several years ago. I do not know whether to call it a success, but we did find out that some people sign up and then disappear. Some people appear and demand too much. But I think attending events is where you connect and talk to people. Even now, I think I spend a lot of time just talking to Johan, and I get a lot of insights. Will I say Johan is my mentor? In occasional situations, yes. Sometimes I have chat with Jega, Captain Ariva, Raymond. I will call them mentor because they have helped me in some way. Are they my official mentors? No, they are not. So as far as MAPS is concerned, I think people are there. When we come for events, the tea breaks, the tea sessions is where we leverage on people who know how to do it and speak to them. But I really want to say this. please don't abuse people, because I have seen people in maps being abused, and then others accuse, oh, they're not helpful. There's only so much they can do out of official maps time. So just keep calling them for coffee, and then you don't do anything, people will get exhausted. So yes, I'm not sure if maps in the future will have mentorship again, but I think people in maps are willing to help if asked and done properly.
Yeah, very true. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. This is the next one. Bhavani just completed your new books. This question is about the share of real stories, how the book writing workshop helps turn the book into real training and speaking business.
I think you can ask Johan. Johan will have his own methodology or metaphor how to look at it. But I look at books and products as a validity of our authorship. If I were to claim I'm an expert in gratitude, then my book or my products will be the evidence to my claims. So it's not that people do not know what's gratitude. Trust me, Google and you'll find a lot of things. But then my experience with gratitude is what people don't know, and that's where my authorship comes in. So I find books to be one way to validate and to build that trust that this is indeed my expertise. And having said that, I know AI is around, so please do not abuse AI and write the books, because if you use AI, it's not you. And when people ask you, you're not able to answer because it's AI who wrote the book. So I would still say AI is always a companion, but you should be the author of your book. You write the book because it's your experience, it's your story, it's your words. So books, I believe, helps build credibility, validate, and showcase your expertise.
Yeah, there's an author in the authority. So Johan, you want to add on something about that? Just now about what you mentioned about you. About
On
the
what?
book leading to business.
I think it's a very very long unless you understand the context of the Rockstar. Thank you, Hakim, for bringing up my book. The metaphor that I have, if I were to put it in a condensed context, is every rock star became rock star because of they have albums, and as a speaker you became a professional speaker when you have your own album, so that testify your authority, like what Bhavani mentioned. I have never seen any rock star singer or celebrity musicians that became rock star because of they don't have albums. So they need to have albums. Even Kenny G became famous because of he got some albums with them. So that's the metaphor of rock star.
Yeah. So since we are talking about the speaker and rock star speaker, to become a speaker eventually, what are the actions to be taken and what is the average timeline like?
Action to be taken.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay, so a lot of people are mistaken that when they join Toastmasters, they polish their public speaking skills, they automatically became professional speakers, which I'm part of Toastmasters as well. That is how I started doing public speaking and all. But people don't pay you because of your ability to speak. People pay you because of your insights and perspective. To get this insight and perspective, there are several things that you need to do. In my Rockstar program, this is what I always share. You need to have knowledge is free now. 50 years ago, knowledge is very valuable, but knowledge is free now. So you cannot just sell knowledge, but you can sell a unique perspective of how you view the world. So that is what I call insights and wisdom. So if you can share what everybody else can share, so you are no unique, you can get ChatGPT to do it. So for example, like gratitude, everybody can talk about gratitude. I talk about gratitude, but my gratitude story is not as premium as Bhavani's gratitude stories. So Bhavani's got paid hell a lot more talking about gratitude. So I just put gratitude maybe a little bit part of my entire program. So that is how people get paid, not because of what you the knowledge that you know, but how you deliver that insights and wisdom. So the only way that I think one of the thing that most speakers don't do, while they are, if you notice, I am not really a great speaker, because if you look at my grammar, semua langgar grammar, my so if you any Toastmasters here, if you count my speech crutches, there's a lot. Uh, But why people pay me? Not got nothing to do with that speech crutches or your grammar or your right sentence structure, but because of my unique expertise in a certain area. And one thing that I think I just recorded a video a few years ago, because I listened to one of my clients rambling, complaining about the trainers that they engage, was their inability to answer certain questions. So, and then I reflected, what really makes a great professional speakers. Actually, there is no shortcut on it. You have to really read a lot of book in your area. I'm sure Bhavani have read many gratitude books. She showed me some of her collection of gratitude books, which I cannot remember all. So that what makes she's the authority. So if you wanted to become expert in leadership, go and read leadership book. If you want to become expert in AI, go and read all the AI books. If you want to become expert in whatever, Excel, I'm not sure. You have to read all this Excel book, because of you need to master all the kung fu. And books is one of the way for you to actually gain that perspective and wisdom. And imagine if you can compound it, then your speech becomes very different. So that's number one. Number two is you have to do a lot of reflection. And the best way for you to do reflection is by writing. So that's why when you an author, means that you already wrote tens of thousands of words in that area, in that chapter. So that give you a lot of reflection. Because when you wanted to write, speaking is very easy, because of it, especially when you conduct a session or trainings. When you speak, it ends there. But if you were to publish a book, you have to make sure that whatever you write down is 100% true or correct, or you can defend it, because it will stay there and people can challenge you. You have no idea who will read your book. In a training session, I know who's in my training session, and if you kena taruh from that one session. But if you write it wrongly, that will be forever. They will tarnish your reputation. So that's the beauty of writing books, authoring and publishing books. So I hope that answer the question. Of course, there's a lot more. I think the 8 competencies cover everything. And you just go back to 8 competencies and get that as your guide of becoming a professional speaker.
Yeah, that's a brilliant wisdom. So I just quoted you as well. Wisdom, yes, knowledge. Okay, now I just want to back to Hakim, President Hakim. Does the association provide access to legal templates, contract examples, speaker riders, or proposal formats?
Okay, right off the bat, we do not have a resource place that people just can like go log in and then download. But then we do have programs that cater specifically for that matter. Okay, so if you go for our speakers development program, so for example, like marketing yourself as a speaker. So what do you need to market yourself? So everything is in that speakers development program. So this one is conducted by our past president, Raymond. Teaser. Again, you will only get the value once you join the program. Okay, even Johan's Rockstar Speakers. So developing your asset as a speaker. So that's where you want, right? So we conduct events to help you with this thing. But then, of course, since some of it are proprietary asset of the authors, like Rockstar, you cannot like simply copy Rockstar just because you attended a Rockstar speaker program, right? So yeah, that's why we don't have a generic one that everyone can download. So we do provide in our events. So to get the value, come to the events. Okay.
Very good.
Right.
And talking about the branding, how am I allowed to use MAPS logo and post a badge on my website, LinkedIn, and pitch decks?
Yes, you can. However, you can only use MAPS logo if you are MAPS members, of course. If you are not MAPS member, can people check whether you are a member of or not? Yes. Through our directory, we know whether you are a professional member, ordinary member, or associate member. Yes, we know. So if clients wants to verify whether you are members of MAPS or not, they can verify. So please use when you are a member of MAPS only. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you are not allowed to use Global Speakers Federation logo. Okay, so the GSF logo cannot use. Why? Because member of Global Speakers Federation is only for speaking association. So MAPS is a member of GSF. Individuals cannot be a member of GSF. I hope that one is clear. Okay, taking the current situation happening now. Okay, you can be a member of Keadilan, PAS, or UMNO, but you are not a member of Barisan Nasional, right? You are not a member of Perikatan Nasional. Only the association can be a member of those Perikatan Nasional also. Okay, yeah, not being political, but yeah, common sense, common sense. So you understand quickly. Okay, so GSF is a umbrella for Speakers Association. So you as a member of MAPS. So you can use MAPS logo, but not the GSF logo. So I hope this one is clear for everyone.
Very clear, crystal clear. And about the IP properties, because they're talking about the logo,
Yep.
if a MAPS member believes their IP has been copied or used without permission, what support does MAPS provide?
Okay, we do not have any legal counsel on hire in MAPS, but then we have members who are expert in commercialization, IP, but then that one, again, you need to connect with our members so that you know they can help you out. Or you can reach out into our MAPS members group and tell who can help me with this issue. Okay, previously, as Bhavani mentioned, we have Biru, but now she's the group CEO of Talent Corp. But then I think as a MAPS to MAPS can talk lah. Okay. Again, professional relationship matters, but then don't go there, hey, I'm MAPS members, can you help me with it? Come on lah, say lah hello, apa khabar dulu, sihat ke tidak, makan ke belum, then, with courtesy lah, okay? Don't go in just because she's MAPS member, then you want to abuse, as what Bhavani mentioned, okay? Right, so I hope this clears. Ty?
Yeah, then ESCO spend times and effort and
Yep.
to just make sure MAPS runs well.
Yep.
Does the ESCO get paid?
That is the life that we want, right? Being a MAPS president, you got monthly 1 million. Wow, that's the life I want to be. I'm going to be the president for 10 years. I mean, just for that, I don't mind spending my time, effort for the association. That's the life that I believe everyone wants. But then again, we are non-profit organizations, meaning we don't get paid, right? We are all volunteers because we believe in helping other people. We are in learning and learning and development because we believe in the power of people, right? If we grow other people, we will grow ourselves too. So sharing the big pie, that is one methodology that is held up by professional speakers worldwide. We want to share the cake. So we help other people to grow. We spend our time. Actually, we don't get paid, but we are expected to pay. Yes, even expos paid for events. Even this Zoom is not free because we almost have like 50 plus people. Free cannot, 40 minutes habis. So yes, we still need money and all, but then that's why some of our events have payments because you need to cover the overheads. So just for everyone to know, even expos paid to get into the events. Okay.
Very good. Then what's the difference between MAPS and Toastmaster Club? what are the key differences between them, particularly in terms of building one person to be a professional speaker?
Okay, I think Johan has mentioned just now, but then in my perspective, what I see is Toastmaster help you as a speaker to grow. Maps helps you and your business to grow. So how do you manage your business? How do you marketing your business? I don't think it's in Toastmasters. It helps you with the fillers. How do you present? Topic development. But there are the business side of things that Maps help you out. How do you network with other associations? How do you go globally? Only Maps can provide. So that's what I think.
Great. Thank you, Hakim. Take a break for a while. Now I back to Bhavani. Bhavani, there are a lot of members, they are in MAPS for quite a while, and they don't have the opportunity to speak at MAPS platform, or they are not invited to speak. How come?
So first things first, let me start with our yearly convention. So yearly convention, we have the group of committee will issue out call for speakers, request for speakers. So that's on us as members to apply to speak. That's how you get chosen. If you got chosen. Now the other thing is, the exco do not know everyone in MAPS. So one thing that members can do is to approach the committee and say, hey, this is a topic that I do. Here are some events that I've done. These are some frameworks that I think will be beneficial to MAPS members. Let the committee know, because the committee really will not know what each and every one of us, we have 190 members now. It's impossible for them to find out. And with the directory not fully leveraged and capitalized, it's even difficult for our committee to look for speakers. So two things. One, you need to apply when it comes to convention. For monthly events, please let the committee know. But I have to also caution or repeat this again. I mentioned it earlier. MAPS events are all capacity building, speaker development. So if you have a leadership topic, never mind, let me use myself. For the longest time, 16 years in MAPS, I rarely have spoken in MAPS platform. I've spoken in other platforms far more times than I have in MAPS, simply because my topic is gratitude. And Jega has this one saying that he has knocked into my head. We don't teach priests how to pray. So do I come and teach our MAPS members about gratitude? Do I say, guys, you got to be grateful. Life is all about being grateful. You know the importance of gratefulness. I can't, because that's not the topic someone wants to hear from me. You may want, please PM me separately if you want to, but as a topic development competency for MAPS, gratitude is not one of it. So why MAPS is very focused, and if you are not chosen, it's only maybe because it doesn't meet the competency requirement, or what you have to offer may not fulfill what MAPS is looking for. So which is why we always say the corporate topics are for the clients. That's why they pay us for. But the topics that we bring into any speaker association has to be speaker related. So only recently I developed a framework, and only now I would apply to speak in MAPS because I think it may help speakers. But before this, I would not apply to speak in MAPS with my topic gratitude. The only time I spoke in MAPS convention was to share on LinkedIn as a speaker. So to be invited, please speak to the committee, but please make sure also you have the right topic for speakers. Motivation, inspiration, I'm not saying it's not important, but that's not the focus or core areas that MAPS is looking for the events, because members are paying and they will say, why do I need to attend motivation from you? I can go to Tony Robbins or just open YouTube. So we need, committee needs to curate content, and they may not know you. Please forgive them. It's difficult to get to know everyone in MAPS, but do approach them and say, hey, I have this. Could you take a look? Maybe co-design with the committee. So yeah, Thai. That's my answer.
Okay, very good. Looks like the times fly very, very fast. I'm very grateful for the question and wisdom shared by President Hakim, past President Bhavani, and past President Johan. And now is the time need to go back, pass the time back to Grace. Back to you, Grace.
Thank you. Thanks for clarifying and sharing all of those insights for all of us. So, for those of you here who are very curious, I mean, I hope that, all the questions have been answered. And I would like to share a little bit about how the types of membership, because just now that was the very first question that was asked actually. How do you join MAPS and what's the types of memberships? So there's actually 4 types that we have. The first one is the professional category. And this professional category, it means that you are actually earning all of your income basically from at least 20 speaking engagements, or you have like at least 25,000 ringgit of speaking engagements in a year. And that's the professional category. The membership fee is 350 ringgit for the whole year. And the same for the ordinary level, which is 350 ringgit per year. But the differences would be like your income level. So basically, you're only earning a portion of that from your professional speaking engagement, at least 10, but it's not limited to the last 12 months. And then the third category is actually the associate category. So these are members in the process of coming up and becoming ordinary members, right? So you could also be supplying materials, equipment or services to professional speakers. If you are under full-time employment, you've not actually had the opportunity to bill directly for your professional speaking engagements, then you probably just fall into this associate level category. And the last one will be the affiliate. The affiliate level is actually if you are a member of a professional ordinary member from one of the associations that affiliated to the GSF, the Global Speakers Federation, and you can apply to be an affiliate member of MAPS. So that's 175 ringgit, the associate 60 ringgit per year. But the first time you apply, there is a non-refundable processing fee of 100 ringgit. So these are all the different levels for MAPS. And the last part, just a recap about the membership benefits. Yes, you get recognition on the membership MAPS website, but please really update your profile, including your profile photo, your write-up, your niche, your sample videos. If you have all that, that would be very important, because I see sometimes when people apply for membership, they don't even put up a profile photo. And so when you go into your directory, you have a name, there's no profile photo, there's no write-up, there's nothing. So it's a bit of a waste. So please do that. Straight away, go back after this. If you're already a member, go and audit and check what you need to update. And then you can obviously enjoy all the benefits that we've talked about today. You are able to associate, connect, network with all the people locally, globally. And, this is a platform for you to grow. So I think we've brought it up again and again that it is about your own professional growth. So that's all the benefits for MAPS. And finally, lastly, this is the link. I think Kuti is going to share the link. If you're interested to become a member, you can apply, and basically the EXCO will review your application within 30 days. So really want to say thank you so much for coming here tonight. But before we leave, we would love to take a group photo with all of you. So if you could actually turn on your camera, that would be really wonderful, so that we can see your wonderful faces. Yes, we'll give some time for everybody to turn on your camera. As professional speakers, we are very used to be out there, right? So let's turn on our camera. Thank you so much, Vikram. Nice insights. Yes, I hope that all of you have received great insights from today. So Thai, are we ready to take the photo? I think you can remove the spotlight from me.
Yep. Okay. Looking at your camera and smile. Okay, let me screenshot this one. Okay, got it. Done.
Done. Wow. Great. Okay, so if all of you have any further questions, those of you who are already members, you can put it into our own members chat group. We have a WhatsApp chat group, so you can put it there. But for the rest of you who are non-members, we look forward to welcoming you to MAPS soon. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody,
See
and
you.
good night.
Good night. Good night.